Welcome back. Summer, sun, and heat can trigger several skin conditions, and those are not easy to talk about sometimes.
There are 5 conditions that are the most common in Minnesota, and joining us right now to start that conversation is Dr. Mohiba Tareen from Tareen Dermatology. Thanks for coming today.
Thank you so much. It's so sticky and wet today. So some of the summer skin conditions that we're going to talk about are very relevant.
And one we were just talking about is this tick that's coming out from like the Northeast, from the Hamptons area, and kind of spreading and giving people this weird meat allergy.
Yes, it's called alpha-gal syndrome. And you're bitten by the tick. It gives you an allergic reaction to all red meat. You can get anaphylaxis where your throat closes. You get hives. You can almost never eat red meat again. Luckily, we don't have it too much in Minnesota yet, but if any of your friends on the East Coast are manifesting it, it is relatively common.
That sounds made up. It's so crazy, doesn't it? I mean, like that would be terrible.
It's terrible. You can't ever eat a hamburger again, Rena.
Oh my gosh.
But Minnesota is top 10 in the country for tick-borne illnesses. So Lyme is really prevalent here, ladies, and that is also something that can have long-term ramifications on your heart, arthritis, joints, etc.
You were talking about sunscreen and that people can be allergic to it. So that's something that people should know.
Yes, so people already don't like to wear sunscreen, right? Like we're already getting so much skin cancer. But then on top of that, you can actually get an allergy to it where you get red, rashy, hives, etc. And that's why I always say to my patients, try to wear mineral-based sunscreens because it's the chemical sunscreens, especially oxybenzone. So if the main chemical in your sunscreen is oxy-O-X-Y, benzone, avoid it because you can manifest that over time. So particularly towards the end of summer, you've been using a lot of that same sunscreen, right? They're expensive bottles, and then it really builds up. So avoid oxybenzone.
And let's talk about chiggers. This is kind of an issue, right? That's the street name, chiggers?
Yes.
Is that from like hot tubs and things, or where does that come from?
Not necessarily. So that's something different. That's called hot tub folliculitis. That's its own thing. We see that all the time, but actually, maybe we'll talk about that as winter skin conditions, because as Minnesotans, we all love our hot tubs in winter. So that's hot tub folliculitis. Chiggers are various manifestations of bugs, and then a little allergy to the saliva and the bug causes this exuberant rash. So not everybody gets a chigger reaction. I have patients all the time, and they're like, my husband and wife, we were together. How come I'm the only one with a terrible rash? It's because that one individual is allergic to the saliva of the bug. Isn't that gross?
It's super gross. Let's talk about toe and foot issues.
Shall we?
Absolutely. Can you smell it in the air, ladies?
This is such a gross segment. The boys should have done it.
No,
people
but
need to know.
True.
Yes.
This is true. This happens to all of us. And as a dermatologist, this is completely normal. So toenail fungus is very common in the summer because of sweat, because of heat. The first place, and for all of us who are mothers, you should check your children's toes between their 4th and 5th web space. So if you're getting fungus, that if you see cottage cheese there, that is the first place that fungus manifests. So if you're getting it, you should start washing with antifungal wash.
If this was my foot and this is my big toe, where's the 4th and 5th?
The last two.
These two, so the pinky and the,
Correct, because they're so closely opposed together, so that's where the fungus likes to come in. So, and it becomes important to treat, especially when it gets into your nail, because the nail is a hard reservoir, right? So once it gets into your nail, you definitely need to go into the doctor, because then it can open up skin infection portals, especially for diabetics. So some of your older viewers, if they have diabetes, if you have nail infections, you should be treated because it can be a portal for entry, and you can die from infections.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh. Okay, and then we have body breakouts. I have someone in my family that gets these, just sweat and stuff. How do you treat that?
So it's actually relatively easy. First of all, as soon as you sweat, try to rinse off because you want to get the bacteria off you because it gets trapped in the hair follicles. I love something that's really inexpensive. As dermatologists, we love benzoyl peroxide wash. It does not have to be this brand, but you can get anywhere between 4 to 5% benzoyl peroxide wash that kills the bacteria on the skin and it gets it out of the follicles. So that's a really simple thing that you can do in summer.
Dr. Tareen, thank you so much. We really appreciate all this great information. You always are very, very helpful. For more information on anything that Dr. Tareen mentioned today, you just check out our show page, easy for me to say, or visit TareenDermatology.com.